All right, so we're diving deep into the hottest skills everyone's going to need for 2024. Based on that YouTube script you found, we've got 5 key areas to unpack. Whether you're, climbing the ladder, changing careers, or just staying ahead of the curve, understanding these trends is key, right?
Absolutely. It's all about future-proofing yourself.
Exactly. So we've got AI and machine learning, data analysis and visualization, digital marketing, copywriting, and content creation, and of course, cybersecurity. Let's unpack this, shall we?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so first up, AI and machine learning. It feels like AI is everywhere these days, right?
It really is. It's permeating every industry.
But here's where it gets interesting. Think about how AI is impacting your field. Like, for instance,
Oh, yeah. Give us an example.
in healthcare, you've got AI assisting with diagnoses and even surgery. That's just the tip of the iceberg, though.
And the accessibility of tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney is really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a coding whiz to start experimenting with it.
It's like having this incredible power right at your fingertips.
Ex-
So it's not just hype, it's actually translating into skills that employers are desperate for. The source even calls it a gold mine for anyone in tech. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. AI and machine learning are like the golden ticket right now.
And Python seems to be the E language to learn.
Python's definitely the foundation, yeah.
So should people be like diving into a full-blown computer science degree?
Not necessarily. I mean, even just dipping your toes into free online courses on AI and ML can give you a massive advantage.
It's like learning the language of the future.
Exactly.
All right, next up, data analysis and visualization. It's not just mountains of data anymore. It's about making sense of it all, telling the story behind the numbers.
And that's where the visualization part comes in, right?
Exactly, turning those spreadsheets into something that people can actually understand.
Tools like Tableau and Power BI are amazing for that. They're like infographics on steroids.
And the cool thing is, data skills aren't just for tech anymore, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Marketing, finance, even creative fields are using data to make decisions.
I've heard that even with all the fancy new tools, advanced Excel skills are still super valuable.
Oh, 100%. Advanced Excel is like the bedrock, especially for things like, financial modeling and data cleaning.
So think VLOOPs, pivot tables.
Even macros, those are the skills that can make you a data ninja.
Okay, on to digital marketing. This one's constantly evolving. It's a beast. Social media, SEO, content marketing, email, it's like a whole orchestra.
It's definitely multifaceted.
What trends have caught your eye in this ever-changing world?
What's really interesting is how the lines between all those specializations are blurring. You need to be versatile these days.
Right, like a social media manager who also understands SEO, that kind of thing.
Exactly. A content creator who can also write killer email campaigns. That's the kind of digital marketer who's in high demand.
So it's about being like a digital marketing Swiss Army knife. Our source talked about how accessible it is to learn these skills, but where would you recommend someone start?
If you're a total newbie, I'd say pick one platform and go deep. Like, become an expert in Instagram marketing or master the art of SEO. Specialization can really set you apart.
And then you can branch out and build your digital marketing empire.
Exactly.
Speaking of empires, our source says content is still king in 2024. Copywriting and content creation seem more important than ever.
Absolutely. Think about how much content we consume every day.
It's overwhelming. Articles, videos, social media, even those like super clever ads that make you want to buy things you never knew you needed.
Right. And someone's writing all of that, and they're getting paid handsomely for it, too.
But with all the talk about AI-generated content, is that a threat to human copywriters?
AI can definitely generate, like, basic content, but it lacks the nuance and creativity that humans bring.
So there's still hope for us humans.
Oh, definitely. Think about storytelling, humor, persuasion. Those are skills AI hasn't quite mastered yet, at least not in a way that feels authentic.
So what are your top tips for someone who wants to, like, become a word-wielding master?
Read, write, and repeat. Read widely. Write consistently. Don't be afraid to experiment and find your unique voice.
All right, last but not least, cybersecurity. It feels like every day there's a new data breach or cyber attack in the news. The need for cybersecurity experts is only growing, right?
Absolutely. And it's not just about protecting big corporations anymore either. Small businesses, individuals, everyone's a potential target.
So even if you're not planning on becoming like a cybersecurity guru, having some basic knowledge is crucial.
Right. It's like digital self-defense.
What are some easy steps people can take to improve their security?
Start with the basics.
Hmm.
strong passwords, two-factor authentication, and be very cautious about phishing scams.
Those simple steps can go a long way.
They really can.
And if you want to dive deeper, there are tons of free resources and courses out there.
Oh, absolutely. You can find so much information online.
So we've covered a lot of ground here in this first part of our deep dive. 5 key skills that are shaping the future of work: AI and machine learning, data analysis and visualization, digital marketing, copywriting and content creation, and cybersecurity. But before we jump into how to actually develop these skills, let's take a quick pause.
Yeah, let that all sink in for a moment and think about which of these skills really resonated with you. What sparked your curiosity?
Okay, so we've explored why these skills are trending, but how do you actually start developing them?
Yeah, it can feel kind of overwhelming.
Right.
But remember, you don't have to become an expert overnight.
Yeah, small steps.
Start small, pick one area that interests you and build from there.
Okay, so let's break it down skill by skill. First up, AI and machine learning. We talked about Python being a key language. For someone who's never coded before, where would you even begin?
There's so many free resources online,
Oh, yeah.
like Codecademy, Khan Academy, even YouTube tutorials.
YouTube, yeah.
You can start with the basics like data types, variables, loops, and then work your way up to more complex concepts.
Okay. And once you have like a basic grasp of Python,
Yeah.
are there specific libraries or frameworks that are essential for AI and ML?
Oh, absolutely. Libraries like TensorFlow and PyTorch are really popular.
Flow.
Yeah, they're used for building and training machine learning models.
Okay.
They might sound intimidating,
Yeah.
but there are tons of great tutorials out there.
Yeah, I guess it's like with anything new.
Okay.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah.
But once you understand the grammar, you can start writing some pretty cool AI poetry.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, let's move on to data analysis. We talked about how valuable advanced Excel skills are. Can you give some specific examples of those advanced functions that employers are looking for?
Oh, for sure. Think about things like VLOOKUPs for searching and matching data across spreadsheets,
Uh-huh.
pivot tables for summarizing large data sets,
Okay.
and even macros for automating repetitive tasks.
So basically saving you hours of time. Exactly. Those are the skills that make you a data rock star.
Yeah, a total data ninja.
Uh-huh.
But what about those other tools we discussed, like SQL for querying databases
Hmm.
and Python for more complex analysis?
Mm-hmm.
Are those essential for, like, leveling up your data game?
Absolutely. SQL is a must-have if you're working with relational databases.
Okay.
It's the language that allows you to extract specific data filter. It join tables together.
Okay.
So you can get a really comprehensive view of your data.
Gotcha.
And Python with its data science libraries like Pandas and NumPy.
And does.
Yeah, those are essential for statistical analysis, machine learning, and creating those stunning data visualizations.
So mastering those tools can really take your analysis to a whole new level. And speaking of data visualization, we can't forget about the power of tools like Tableau and Power BI.
Mm.
What are some tips for someone who wants to become like a data storytelling wizard?
The first thing is to understand the principles of good data visualization.
Okay.
Choosing the right chart types, using color and labels effectively.
And making sure you're telling a clear and compelling story.
Right. It's not just about pretty charts.
Exactly. And the good news is Tableau and Power BI offer free trials.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, so you can play around and get a feel for them.
Awesome.
And then there are tons of online resources and tutorials to help you really master the art of data storytelling.
It's like turning data into art.
Right.
All right, let's switch gears to digital marketing. It's such a vast and ever-changing landscape. Where would you even begin if you were completely new to this world?
That's a good question. I'd say start by focusing on one or two areas that really interest you. Maybe it's social media marketing, search engine optimization, content marketing.
Okay.
There are so many free resources available online,
Like what?
blogs, podcasts, video tutorials.
I guess YouTube again.
Exactly. They can give you a really solid foundation.
Okay, so once you have that foundation, how do you stay ahead of the curve in such a fast-paced field?
It's all about continuous learning.
Yeah, never stop learning.
Follow industry blogs, attend webinars, connect with other digital marketers online.
Networking is key.
Yeah, the landscape is constantly changing,
Right.
so you have to stay updated on the latest trends and best practices.
So it's like you're a lifelong student of the game.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's talk about copywriting and content creation. We mentioned earlier that AI hasn't quite mastered the art of human storytelling. What are some tips for someone who wants to develop those uniquely human writing skills?
Read widely. first and foremost.
Okay.
Pay attention to what makes certain pieces of writing really captivating
Mm-hmm.
and practice, practice, practice.
Makes perfect.
Exactly. Even if it's just for a few minutes each day.
Yeah.
Experiment with different styles and voices. Find what resonates with you.
Find your voice.
And don't be afraid to share your work and get feedback.
So it's like working out your writing muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get.
Exactly. And remember, good writing is all about clarity, conciseness, and connection.
Clarity, conciseness,
Yeah.
connection.
Communicate your ideas in a way that is clear, engaging, and resonates with your audience.
Okay, last but not least, cybersecurity. We talked about some basic steps people can take to protect themselves online. Strong passwords, two-factor authentication, being wary of phishing scams. But for someone who wants to take their knowledge to the next level, where would you recommend they start?
There are some really great online courses and boot camps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they offer a comprehensive introduction to cybersecurity principles and practices.
Are there platforms you recommend?
Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and edX have a wide range of cybersecurity courses, from beginner to advanced levels.
So there's something for everyone.
Exactly.
And are there any specific certifications that are like highly sought after in the industry?
Oh, absolutely. Certifications like CompTIA Security Plus, Certified Information Systems, Security Professional CISSP,
Okay.
and Certified Ethical Hacker CEH.
CEH.
Those are widely recognized and respected in the industry.
So it's like a stamp of approval.
Right. It shows potential employers that you have the knowledge and expertise.
Okay, so whether you want to build a career in cybersecurity or just boost your own digital security, there are plenty of resources to help you.
Absolutely.
It's great that there's so much information out there.
Yeah, and remember, cybersecurity is an ongoing process.
Right, it's not a one and done kind of thing.
Exactly. As technology evolves, so do the threats.
It's like a constant cat and mouse game.
You got it.
So staying informed, updating your knowledge, and just having good security practices are essential.
Couldn't agree more.
Okay, so we've gone over some practical steps for developing these 5 trending skills. But before we wrap up, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about technical skills, but in a world that's increasingly driven by technology, what role do human skills play?
That's a great question and a really important one.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's talking about AI taking over jobs these days.
Right. The robots are coming.
But isn't there another side to that? What about the human skills that become even more valuable in a tech-driven world?
That's the key point. It's not about humans versus machines. It's about humans with machines.
Right, working together.
Exactly. And the skills that really set us apart. Creativity, critical thinking, empathy, communication. Those become even more important as technology handles the routine stuff.
So while we're learning Python and SQL, we can't forget about those uniquely human qualities.
Absolutely not.
It's like you can build the most sophisticated AI, but it still takes a human to understand the real impact of what it produces.
100%. Think about fields like marketing, healthcare, even design. Data and AI can provide amazing insights, but it takes human judgment, intuition, ethical awareness to actually apply those insights in a way that benefits people.
It's like you need the tech skills to play the game, but you need the human skills to win it.
I like that analogy.
And that brings me back to something you mentioned earlier, the importance of community. In a world that's becoming increasingly digital, how do we maintain those human connections?
It's more important than ever to find your tribe.
Your tribe?
Yeah, whether it's online communities, local meetups, or even just reaching out to people in your field.
Just connecting with others. Yeah.
Exactly. Sharing knowledge, collaborating, even just having someone to bounce ideas off of. That human interaction is so important.
It's like we're all on this learning journey together.
We are.
And we're better when we support each other.
Absolutely.
Speaking of learning, it's easy to get caught up in all the hype. But how do we make sure that these skills are being used ethically and responsibly?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
It's not just about having the skills. It's about using them for good.
Right, using them wisely.
We need to be aware of the potential biases in algorithms,
Yeah.
the ethical implications of AI decision-making, and of course the importance of data privacy and security.
So it's not just about being tech savvy, it's about being responsible.
Exactly. Like you said, great power comes with great responsibility.
Even in the world of data and algorithms.
Exactly. And that responsibility extends beyond individuals to organizations and policymakers as well.
So we need to be having those conversations about ethical implications.
We do. Open and honest conversation.
And establish clear guidelines.
Absolutely.
So it feels like we've explored a lot more than just skills today. It's about the relationship between humans and technology and how we navigate this crazy world with both skill and heart.
I love that skill and heart.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the top 5 trending skills for 2024. Hopefully, you're walking away not just with a list of skills, but with a sense of possibility and
And a
purpose.
love of learning.
Absolutely. Keep diving deep.